Guys, what should you be doing about your cruise? The first bit of advice we're going to give is if your cruise is in the next 30 days. Well, ahoy there, cruisers, and what a week it has been. It's been a very sad week for the whole cruise industry. This weekend, basically all cruise operations around the world have ceased for at least 30 days, especially in the US, up to 60 days and more with Princess and other cruise lines as well. It's really going to hit the industry hard. Our first tip in this show before we get started on what you should do in this crisis, how you should react to it, what you should do with your cruises is to say, keep on supporting the cruise industry. Yeah. If you have to cancel a cruise, make sure you move it to another time or put it on a deposit for a different cruise later on the year or next year even, just to keep the cruise lines afloat, no pun intended. So guys, you might notice that our picture in the behind has changed. We're now docked for the next month at least.
For the next 30 days.
So a quick update from us is that all of our cruises have basically been cancelled now up to June. So a few of these were press cruises, a few of these were cruises that we paid to go on. As you know from the last few videos, I've just returned from Dubai. Yes, I'm home safe, back with David, which is great. And it's good to be back at home whilst this crisis is going off. Not because we're scared of cruising, just because we were very afraid that I would end up getting stuck in the United Emirates. So at the moment, most cruise lines are cancelled for 30 days, as you know, as of, I think it was midnight just gone. So 30 days from today. A few cruise lines such as Princess, obviously 60-day closure. We think this is probably going to go longer than it is because the height of the disease, especially in the USA, UK and Europe, isn't quite there yet. It's said to be about 4 weeks away, maybe a couple of months until the height of the disease. So we're expecting for cruise lines to cancel even further. Guys, what should you be doing about your cruise? The first bit of advice we're going to give is if your cruise is in the next 30 days. So this is for people who are cruising just in the next 30 days. So what should you do?
Well, the cruise line will contact you. Pretty much all the cruise lines said they are reaching out to travel agencies and to customers directly to let you know what you can do. Many of them are giving a benefit if you take the future cruise credit, aren't they?
Yeah, so Virgin Voyages, for example, if you keep on your cruise or book to a different time, you'll get 200% cruise credit, which is amazing. So if you've already booked and carry on with your cruise or book for a later date and remain with them, you'll get 200%. That means you're going to basically get a cruise and another one for free. Yeah. And obviously you can choose to cancel with any of these cruise lines as well, and you'll get 100% refund.
Yeah, and if you do take a future cruise credit, a lot of them are giving you up to the end of next year to use it, but it does vary.
Or 2022 in some cases.
It does vary from cruise line to cruise line, so it really does literally pay to stay. Another thing we'd advise you to do is follow the cruise line that you're cruising with on social media to keep up to date, as well as follow your favourite bloggers like us or anybody else and news sites and stuff, just to keep in the loop of what's happening.
So if you've got a cruise in the next few weeks or next 30 days, your cruise line will contact you. Obviously, you can get in contact with your cruise line using the information on each cruise page, but bear in mind, it is going to be super busy. So it might be just better to wait for them to contact you. If you've got hotels booked separately from the cruise and flights separately booked as well, you're going to need to contact your airline as well. Many airlines are allowing cancellations and changes to flights and things like that. So make sure you've got travel insurance as all times and make sure that it covers cruises and things like this as well, because you might need to claim some things back on there. Just like last week on the Jewel of the Seas, we paid for our flights separately via Emirates Airlines. They were absolutely fantastic. They changed our flights like that to 3 days earlier. But obviously some airlines are different, so check with your airlines and things like that. Just make sure everything you've booked, including non-cruise excursions, anything in ports you've booked, like hop-on, hop-off buses or individual attractions, make sure you're cancelling everything, guys, so you don't lose any money. But yeah, I personally probably would wait for the cruise line to contact us. We are still waiting for our refund for Jewel of the Seas, just because the lines are going to be so busy. We did try ringing and there was 2-hour queues or more.
Yeah, so as Ben said, airlines are being flexible and so are hotel brands too. Hilton and IAG and actually most of the big operators are allowing you to change or cancel your booking for no penalty. So take a look at your hotel and see if you can change it. And like if you've got stuff booked in port, contact them, explain the situation, see if you can get your money back. If not, see if they'll offer you a credit to use again in the future for when you do go on your cruise. So even if they won't let you give your money back, you could still get a future credit to use that in the future. That would be a good tip. And another tip as well is, I did this with Emirates when we're trying to contact them, is because the phone lines were up to 2 hours waiting, I contacted them on social media. So I sent them a message on Facebook. That is another option, and they got back to me a lot quicker than it was on the phone. So if you do have any questions, maybe send them a message on social media or an email, because you may get an answer quicker than waiting on the phone.
Yeah, and a lot of these websites, these cruise websites as well, obviously have chat option available online as well. That's definitely a quicker way. If you're booked with a travel agent, you're the best person to go to is your travel agent. They'll know all of the updates of what's happening with your cruise. So it's probably even a little bit easier if you have booked with a travel agent instead of booking direct, just because you can go to them and they should sort it all out for you. Yeah. They'll know exactly what's going on.
I can't imagine what they're going through at this time with the amount of work and rearranging stuff. So if you are trying to get in touch with your travel agent and they are taking a little bit longer to get back to you, just have some patience, guys. I am pretty sure they are working on it.
Grab yourself a coffee, calm down.
Yeah.
We know that losing your vacation is horrific, especially for those people who are due to be going in the next few days. We've had so many messages, but please take into consideration their feelings as well. It is such a super hard time. They're losing lots of money, lots of customers. It's got to be horrifically stressful, doesn't it? And we think that all the cruise lines, Royal Caribbean last week, have dealt with it so fantastically, considering how much of a big boof this has been. Keep cruising, I guess, once this is all over. This will be over at some point, hopefully sooner than later. If you're over 30 days, just wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
We think it's going to be at least a few months. We think Princess have probably got the right sort of amount of time at the moment with their 60 days.
Yeah, most of the cruise lines are saying early April that they plan to resume operations, but that date could change, so that's not set in stone.
Click on the link in the description section below. We've got a list of all cruise lines, what's happening with them, where they're cancelling, what they're doing, and we're updating this every single day. So make sure you click on the link in the description section below. By the time this video goes up in 4 or 5 hours, things could have completely changed. So it's a massive fluid situation. But at the end of the day, we're saying do not give up on cruise. Please, please, please do not. Instead of cancelling, change your cruise for a future date. Get those amazing credits that all of these cruise lines are offering. Take advantage of the really good prices. And don't give up on it, because it's such a fantastic industry. It was just 2 or 3 cruise ships out of 700 or 800 that were even affected by this. So it's still such a low number in the grand scheme of things. Ignore what the media are saying on the whole. Listen to facts by doctors. It's such an annoying thing, isn't it? Seeing all of the media hype around this when doctors are saying what's true. Luckily, kids, those who are young and healthy under the age of 70 without pre-existing medical conditions, it doesn't seem to be doing much harm. Even if you do get the virus is quite mild. So obviously this changes from person to person, and don't take our medical advice. We're not doctors. We're just saying some of the facts that have came out. We've been having a lot of questions about where are all of these cruise ships going to be? What's going to happen to the crew on board? So
the cruise ships are going to be docked
all around. Yeah.
Basically, Carnival have announced that they're docking all their ships in US ports. Any port available, from Baltimore to St. Thomas.
New Orleans,
exactly.
Everywhere. Fort Lauderdale, Tampa, literally all up the coast.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And Port Miami did announce that they're waiving port fees as well for any ships docked in Miami, just to help the cruise lines.
Because it's so expensive to dock.
It is really expensive. We do know how expensive it is to dock in Southampton, and it is insane. Insanely expensive.
And obviously, it's going to have a massive impact on all of the crew as well. For those cruise lines that aren't sending crew home, fingers crossed, most of the cruise lines we have seen are still continuing paying them, but obviously what they're not going to be getting is a large proportion of their wages from the gratuities they usually get. So obviously it's affecting all of the crew. So it's so important we all as a group continue to support crews, because you know how amazing these crew are on board, guys. So they often come from third world countries, such as places in Asia and Africa and other places. So we've got to keep on supporting them, because you know how amazing these people are, and it's going to be a super hard time for them as well.
And also people in port, a lot of these communities in the ports do rely solely on cruise.
Yeah. All of the tourist spots around the world, whether it be cruise or not, are going to suffer massively from this. It's not just cruise, it's the whole travel industry, which is going to be super, super hurt. Unfortunately, we've had a bit of a bad week ourselves because it's not only affecting the cruise industry, it's affecting YouTube
Travel.
creators as well.
It's a really sad week for the travel industry as a whole. Like, as you probably know by now, all cruises have ceased operations out of the United States. So essentially rendering almost every cruise line now has ceased operations for at least a month. Yeah, so Friday for us was
a tough day.
I kind of saw it coming.
We did see it coming. We also got really bad news that we've lost our sponsorship with Vision Cruise for now. So we allowed our contract to be ended earlier than we normally would be, just in the hope that it helps Vision Cruise. And we hope to still work with them in the future as well. But obviously that's a big loss in financial stability for us because I'm now full-time in this role. So it came at the worst time. I've just went full-time. So now that we've lost our sponsorship and lost all of our cruises for the next 6 months, we're still going to bring you content every single week. We've got lots of vlogs left from Quantum of the Seas. We've got vlogs left from Jewel of the Seas and a ship tour from both of these ships as well. So make sure you do watch all of our videos, guys. That's how we can get, that's how we still keep making money just from the ad revenue. We don't charge you for any of our videos. We just automatically get paid through ad revenue. So keep on watching our videos. Let us know in the comment section below what you'd like to see. What would you like to see?
What do you want to see from us? You know, we did have a few suggestions of us making cruise cocktails and what the hell are we going to do now?
Yeah, but we're thinking about doing a live show every Sunday evening. So I think it would be like 9 p.m. UK time, so 4 p.m. Eastern for an hour, just to bring all of the updates of the week with the C word virus and things like that. We're going to mention it as the C word because every time we mention the C word, our videos get monetized. So none of our previous 4 or 5 videos have had any monetization behind them, so we've not been getting any income from the videos that we're creating. So we need to not mention that C word or the Q word, quarantine.
Yeah, any sort of video we make relating to the situation,
we are automatically
being demonetized, which makes
is
it
so unfair.
It makes it really difficult for us now because, you know, the thing that we can talk about in cruise when our videos don't make money from it. So but yeah, let us know what you want. If there's any suggestions of what you want to see from us in the next couple of weeks. Thankfully, we do have our studio. We are going to be hiring this out for anybody. If you do want a cruise experience, you can come here. We'll just turn the lights on. We've got a sad light, so you can pretend you're getting some sun. And we'll put the video on and you can sit here for an hour.
Put your feet up.
Exactly. And
it feels like a cruise. It really does, doesn't it?
It does feel like
so
a
nice
cruise,
and relaxing,
exactly. Yeah. So you can come and pretend you're on a cruise here. Obviously, though, if you do come, no large groups, please. Because
and you'll be temperature tested at the door, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. And Ben will come round and clean the cabin for you
every time.
At the beginning of the day, and he'll even leave a little chocolate pillow. A chocolate pillow.
A chocolate pillow. Ooh,
a chocolate
that sounds
coin
nice. So this has been a bit of a downbeat show, hasn't it? It feels a bit sad, doesn't it? But we've got to raise our spirits, our G&Ts, our spirits.
We just got to keep it positive, and you know, we're here, we're healthy. We're back. You're back safe.
We're back.
I'm safe.
Yeah.
We're okay.
We can have a nice quarantini. So it's a normal martini, but you drink it at home all alone.
Yeah.
To get it quarantini.
Luckily, where we live, we are quite remote as well. We don't live in a big city, so we're okay.
And obviously, you guys yourselves take care as well. Again, the most simple thing to stop this virus spreading is to wash your hands thoroughly for 20 seconds.
Washy, washy.
So sing happy birthday to yourself twice whilst you're washing your hands. Just soap and warm water is fine. It doesn't have to be antibacterial. Just a soap bar, whatever, for 20 seconds every time before you eat, every time before you go to the toilet. Don't touch your face, so don't touch the holes in your face, because that's how it spreads. So yeah, guys, just remain sensible. Don't do all of this stupid panic buying as well. Guys, you're getting a headache, a cough, and the thing, why the hell do you need toilet roll? I mean, really, toilet roll.
Yeah, the panic buying has got a little bit crazy here.
We tried doing a shop yesterday.
Yeah, and we do have a
we're not panic buying, but we couldn't get anything.
Nothing. Literally couldn't get a thing.
No pasta, no rice, no chicken, no vegetables, no fruit. It's literally we can get
soap, no Dettol,
we can get instant noodles. Yeah, so guys, thank you so much. Obviously, you can still support us on Patreon, so thanks to our Patreons as well. The link is in the description section below. You get some little extra benefits such as some early videos, extra posts, and a podcast as well every 2 weeks. So guys, that's it till next time. Happy cruising. So washy 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 washy.
Washy, 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 washy.
Wash your hands
Washy, washy,
every
wash
single
your
day.
hands.
Da, 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 da.